So if you remember, today was to be reviewed as well, and then tomorrow we will do a quiz over this stuff. Solve each of the following equations for the variables. So problem number 1, what should I do first? Okay, I like it. We can totally distribute. Okay. Enough of the noises, please. That's 25, excuse me. Then what do we do from there? Subtract 35 from both sides, so that gives me 5x is equal to negative 10. Is that right? And then do what? Divide each side by 5, so x equals negative 2. Like it. All right, problem number 2. What should we do? Distribute the 3, okay. So here and here. So I get 15 equals 3t minus 12. Oops, that's a minus 12. What should I do to both sides? What do you think? What should I do? That is a subtraction, yeah. Add 12 to both sides. If I add 12 to 15, I get 27 is equal to 3t. Then what? Divide both sides by 3, so t is equal to 9. All right, problem number 3. What should we do? Distribute the 4 over the parentheses. Do I distribute the 4 to here as well? No. So I get 6n equals 4n plus 20 plus 2n. Combine like terms, 6n is equal to 6n plus 20. Subtract 6n from both sides, so I get 0 equals 20. And we know that that's nonsense, right? So what's the solution? No solution. What if it wound up as 20 equals 20, though? Infinite solution. So if you get a true statement where you're like, well, duh, of course 5 is equal to 5, that's infinite solutions. If you got something that's silly and you know that's not going to work, then it's got to be no solution. Yeah?
If it's infinite solution, you just write infinite solution.
Yeah, you can write infinite solution, or you can just put this sign if it was that was the solution.
I don't know how to draw it.
Take your paper, turn sideways, make an H, turn it upward.
That's cheating. Just gotta go.
All right, can I erase the blue? Can I erase the blue?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, you cannot.
It is down.
Can I erase the green?
Yes.
Can I erase the red?
No.
Maybe.
Okay, I have to erase that because that's not the answer, right? Can I erase?
Yeah.
We good? Woo! All right. Moving on down. Whoa, get out of there. All right, problem number 4. What should we do?
Subtract 5.
Not yet.
Wait, number 4? Sorry.
Do what?
Distribute negative 1.
Yeah, distribute the negative 1.
7, sorry.
Yeah, the negative preceding, so distribute that here and here, so I get 12 minus x plus 3 equals 9. Combine like terms, so you get 15 minus x equals 9. Subtract 15, so we get negative x equals negative 6. So x equals what? 6. Number 5, kind of a few parentheses. So distribute here and distribute here. That's going to give me 15x minus 27 equals negative 12 plus 4x plus that 6x. Is that okay? Combine like terms. Minus 12 plus 10x. And then this is one I could choose to subtract 15x, add 27, add 12, or subtract 10x. I think subtracting 10x might be okay. So that's going to be 5x minus 27 equals negative 12. Next, add 27. So that's going to give me what, 15? Then divide by 5. Cool. 3, yes. Oh my goodness. Woo! 3. That's a 3. Thank you. How did I get 3?
How did you change it?
I got lucky. My 5 had the curves in the wrong spot. May I erase both of those so I can squeeze number 6 up there? Yes. Is that all right? What happened?
You drank too much water.
Don't pick on Angela like that. That's the last thing I need is tears in class, including my own.
He doesn't cry.
If you don't want to use the class, then you should probably not give us homework.
If that brings tears out in your eyes, I'm just gonna point and laugh.
Oh, but it'll bring tears out of everyone's eyes.
Nah. All right, number 6, 1/2, and then I get quantity of 2y plus 6 equals 7. Should I distribute the half, or is there another way to talk about it?
Multiply everything by 2 over 1.
Multiply everything by 2 over 1. So right now I have 2 terms. This right here is its own term, and that's its own term. So if I multiply both sides by 2 or 2 over 1, that cancels. That gives me 2y plus 6 equals 14. Is that okay? Now what?
Track 6.
Subtract 6, so 2y equals 8. Next.
5 by 2.
Divide by 2. Sweet. Done. Okay, you put it in the hall. All right, so those were equal signs. The next ones we're dealing with inequalities, which means we have to figure out how to write it using the square brackets or the rounded brackets, using the positive infinity or the negative infinity, and that just talks about the direction. So problem number 7. What should we do? Subtract 5 from both sides, okay? So I get this. Sign stays as is for now. Subtracting 5, I get 12. Divide by what? Negative 2. What's going to happen now? Flips the sign. Being I'm divided by a negative, this sign's going to flip over. Okay? What direction is that pointing to go to? That way. Good. Which is left, which is negative infinity. And where are we starting this whole shambles? Negative 6. Is it a square or rounded bracket? Square. It's square because I have an equal sign tagged with it. Yeah.
When would you get a square bracket on like the side of the infinity? Or would you?
The infinity sign, I've never seen it have a square one because we can never theoretically get there. Places where you will get a square bracket on both sides is when it's, I don't have it up there. It's when we have, 2 different inequality signs. A lot of times that'll have square brackets. That'll be for both, but it doesn't always have to be. Cool? All right. Let's see if you can figure out number 8. Okay. Figure out number 8. Talk it through a little bit. Go, sunshine.
Exact same thing. Exact same thing.
What'd you talk it through? Number 8, where should we start? Like terms. What are like terms on the left side?
3x.
3x, 5x. It gives me 8x minus 12 is greater than 2x plus 6, yes? Okay, this is one of those I have to choose what I want to do. I could subtract 8x, I could add 12, I could subtract 2x, or I could subtract 6. I feel that getting the x's on the left, I think that's more important than an easy move, so I think this would be an okay move to do. Is that okay? So that gives me 6x minus 12 is greater than 6 at 12. Divide by,
6.
which gives me.
X is greater
So what direction is that pointing to go to? Infinity. Where am I starting?
than 3.
Do I include 3?
No. Yes.
So square or rounded?
Rounded.
Rounded. So 3 to infinity. That okay? And again, that 3 to infinity is made to represent a number line. If you had a number line, it would just look like this. 0, 3, open dot, shaped this way. So it's just a quote-unquote neater method to use. May I erase the blue?
Yeah.
Sweet. Number 9, what should I do? First, distribute what? Yeah, what do you got, Reese?
Distribute the -3 into the 2x.
There you go. Distribute the -3, and a lot of kids will forget to take the negative along. Make sure you bring the negative along. So you get 4x minus 6x plus 6 is less than or equal to -32. That's our first move. Is that okay? Combine like terms, so that's going to give me -2x plus 6 is less than or equal to -32. Subtracting 6, that's going to give me -38. Divide by -2, what happens here? Why?
Divide by negative.
If I'm dividing by negative, the sign has to flip over, and that's going to give me a positive 19, I believe. Where do I start? 19. Do I include it?
Yes.
Where do I go?
Infinity.
Done. Okay. Seems okay so far, I think. Does anybody have any questions about any of them that we've done? We've done the first 9. Feel okay about them? Any need me to go back over? Okay. Can I erase?
You just open the book.
What did I do? Woo! All right. Number 10. Solve the equation stating reasons and properties for each step. Okay. So I just want to solve it, and we want to state what we're doing. Can I just drop the parentheses right now? I mean, theoretically, what's being distributed over each set of parentheses right now? Positive 1. So if I just drop the parentheses and get this, you could say I distribute 1. That might be okay. And then I get 4y plus -2, or just -2, equals 10. What did I do there? Like terms, okay? So you can put like terms or like or something like that. Let's add 2 to both sides. So I added. And then what's last? Divide by 4. Done. Seem okay? Oh no. Get back into the grammar. I'm going to make fun of the math grammar again. Alright, let's make fun of it. 12 is greater than, and we've underlined greater than because it significant somehow. The sum of half a number and 3. 12 is greater than. You think I can do that? The sum of half a number and 3. What is sum? And how do I make half a number if I don't know what the number is? Half x. Okay. So half a number and 3. So 12 is greater than the sum of half a number and 3. Sweet. If I go to start solving it, what should I do first?
Subtract 3.
Okay, I can subtract 3. Some of you are saying, why didn't you just multiply everything by 2 over 1? Could I have done that as well? Mm-hmm. So I heard subtract 3 first, so let's go with that. So I'm getting 9 is greater than half x. Multiply both sides by what? 2 over 1, which is the same thing as 2. So 18 is greater than x. Oh, that's an x. I'm sorry about that. Let's flip-flop that. You get some wah-wah. So the sign's going to flip over, but it's not going to flip over because I'm multiplying or dividing by negative. Why is it flipping over? Yeah, you wanted x to be first. If x is now first, then the whole thing has to flip-flop. Where's it going to? Negative infinity. Am I including 18? No. So the answer to this is negative infinity to 18 under bracket. Can I erase the blue?
Yeah.
6 plus 4 times the number is at most 22. At most 22. At most. What does at most mean? Greater than, less than? Greater than, equal to, less than, equal to? What do you think? Let's figure out the first thing. 6 plus 4 times the number. 6 plus 4 times the number. Mathematically, where do we go? 6 plus 4x. I like it. So 6 plus 4x. And then I know 22's got to come into the equation. Is at most 22. So it can't be any more than 22, do you think? Is it less than or equal to? Is at most 22. So could we get to 22? I think we could. Is at most 22. Solve this, subtract 6. What is that? 16. Divide by 4. Where is this going? Starting at 4, square rounded. Love it. So apparently the underlined portion of this is the most important stuff. We're trying to make it stick out with you. 3 less than 4 times a number. 3 less than 4 times the number. 4 times the number is 4x. 3 less than that's going to be minus 3 is 17. So that's just that. Pretty sure we can solve it. Add 3. Divide by 4. X equals 5. Okay. Maddie. Uh-oh. Hello. Thank you very much. Cool. Okay. Yep. Maddie solved the following inequality incorrectly. What did Maddie do wrong? Didn't distribute right. Didn't distribute right. Where did they make a mistake? Yeah, so this should have been 2 times y is 2y, 2 times negative 5. That should have been a negative 10 right there. And then you could have solved the rest of it. So then you would have had 2y minus 10 is greater than or equal to 12y. And solve it. Flip the whole thing over because I want to have the letter first. So I'm going to negative infinity. I'm starting at negative 1 with a square bracket because it's equal to it. Huh. Not possible. I think we can figure these out okay. I think the best thing on the word problems is try the best you can to figure it out. I mean, don't leave a problem blank. And it's really hard for me when you're like, well, I don't get any of it. Really? When it says 3 added to 4, you didn't get to write the number 3 and the number 4? Uh-uh. High school might not be the spot for you. So, don't leave them blank. And I get it. These will probably be the toughest that you'll see. Don't leave it blank. Get yourself a little bit. I mean, if you have like 12 and then you're like, okay, that means plus, and then a 3 and half a number, and you're like, if you even had that right there, which is not even a correct order of things, at least I've realized you've transcribed it, and that's half your points. So please make sure you get at least that on a quiz or a test. Okay? A question mark is not worth points. Don't know is not worth points. And then the plea for, hey, I swear I'm going to come in for help is also not worth points. Do I feel good about, want to come in and get help? Solve the compound inequality. What's the main trick on there? Okay, how many times does the middle get used? Twice. The middle, this is 2 problems combined into 1. So we have 1 problem, which is this. And then this. So we get that. You have to work both problems out. So add 2. Divide by -6. Sign flips over. And then maybe flip this whole thing back over. This flip over here is not because we're multiplying or dividing, it's just when we're trying to get a variable first. Next one, add 2 to both sides. Divide by the negative. So that's going to flip over. And then let's figure this out. I want values. There was 1. This would be like a solid dot going this way. And I have to draw this out because I can't see it. And this is at -2. So that's at 1. 0, -1, -2. This is a solid dot going this way. So you want everything in between. So it's a square bracket at -2. And it's a square bracket at 1. And that means we're dealing with all of the region in between those 2 numbers, and we're including the endpoints because we're using a solid, or we're using the equals then. Is that okay? That's 15. That's 15, the first 15. Now the second 15. Hey!
Sorry.
You good? Angry little? Yep. Anybody know what movie that comes from? Angry Little. One of the greatest movies ever made. Caddyshack. Chevy Chase is it. If you haven't seen Caddyshack, I check with your parents first because it has an R rating. Maybe they should watch it with you. Just saying, that's just the disclaimer. My parents are going to watch it with me. I'm going to watch it on myself. Okay. All right. These are the last ones, right? 15 through 18? Is that it? Solve the literal equation for the given variable. So I have A equals 2L plus 2 quantity L plus W H. Solve for W. Holy, really? What? They're serious here, I think. Wow. Okay, how many W's do I have in number 15? There's 2 of them there, isn't it? Oh my gosh. Dude, okay. Well, I'm going to distribute this, and I'm also going to distribute the H. Oh my gosh. Area equals 2LW plus 2LH plus 2WH. Oi. Wow. Okay, I don't think we're going to give anything this quite complex. Here's our problem here, is I have a W here and I have a W here. So I'm going to move this over, so I get A minus 2LH equals 2LW plus 2WH. What do you guys think? Can I go 2LW plus 2WH and get like 4LWH or something? Boy, that's nasty. I think what I could do with the right side is I think I can reverse distribute the W. So I can factor out the W. Hang on, so stay with me for a moment. I think I can make this work. So this side stays as is. And I'm going to take that out. I'm going to factor it. I'm going to reverse distribute it. Let me just pause there for a minute. So a few things we have to understand about this. Does multiplication care which order you multiply in? Like if you had three numbers in a row, you had like 3, 5, and 7. If you went 3 times 5 times 7, is that the same thing as 3 times 7 times 5 or 5 times 7 times 3? Is that all the same? So I think multiplication can happen any way. So we have to realize that 2LW can be written in any order, and 2WH can be written in any order. But if I were to redistribute that W back over to the 2L and redistribute it to the 2H, would I still get 2LW and 2WH in some sort of order? Make sense? That's a trickier move. Oh my gosh. So I have W times the quantity, and I'm pretty sure if I give you one like this on the quiz, I think we should do it together. Oh, it's your water puddle. I thought someone made a weird noise. Which happens? All right. So, from the red to the black, that's a tougher step. Agreed? I think that's the toughest stuff that we've seen in this class so far. So I think we can, maybe if we see that on the quiz, maybe we could work this one together as a class. But let's say you were able to get down to the black region where you have W times the quantity, 2L plus 2H. How would you get W by itself at that black stage? W times that quantity, which is distributive power. So what's the opposite of multiplication? Divide. What am I going to divide both sides by?
2.
Okay.
W.
No. I'm solving for W. 2L8. 2L plus 2H. So this, I'm going to divide that by 2L 2H. Divide that by 2L plus 2H. Oh my goodness, this is just nasty. So W is equal to that. Oh man. That's not kind. You know, I just think we should erase that. If there's one problem like that on the quiz, we'll work it out together. We'll figure it out. That way you can hang the quiz on the wall saying, look, we did it. Alright. I think they're just running out of equations to give you. Alright, number 16, solve for y. Solving for y. Let's get y all by itself. What should we do? Number 16. So subtract the 2x, I like it. What should we do last? Divide everything by -2. Negative 2 over -2 is positive 1. Positive 8 over -2 is -4. Done? Almost done. I want to be done. Solving for y, number 17. What should we do? divide. Where are you getting a 3 on number 17? Do what?
D.
Do B? What? Who?
Yeah,
What?
17 B. B. Wait, never mind.
What about B?
Divide by negative B.
Oh. Okay. Oh. Yeah. Divide by B. Negative B. I like it. Okay, I'll do that. So divide everything by negative B. Okay. I get that. That's kind of cool. Okay. And let's get y by itself. So I'm going to do what to ax over negative b? What's opposite of ax negative b? Plus ax b. By plus ax b to both sides, b plus. That's going to give me y is equal to, let's go negative c plus ax all over b because we do the same thing. Then 18, we're almost done. 18 solving for h, so I'm going to multiply both sides by 3. Divide each side by b. And that's how we work these. So, you have a next portion of your review, which is worksheet number something. So worksheet number 12. Okay? Now here's the thing. I'm only going to have time to do a couple of them tomorrow because we have the quiz tomorrow. So we have time now to get a start on it. If you have questions, ask it. But let's have you work on worksheet 12.